We're back. I'm on business today.
Right.
Okay.
Guys, welcome back to the Keeping the Frank podcast show. Welcome back to the Keeping the Frank podcast show with me, your boy, Keston Holiday Frank, and you know who I'm with.
It's Trigger Trey, soon to be new makeup artist for the show, because now Keston needs to be powdered before we start.
I do. Definitely do. I need to be powdered, people. You know what I'm saying?
I'll make sure to bring
like
extra
a celebrity and
extra
shit,
colors and stuff, so I can do you up.
I don't know if I need all that.
Just a little bit, so you don't sweat with the lights on.
Yeah. Whatever Charlamagne be doing.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever he be doing. You know what I'm saying? We just toast it up.
Hey.
Boom.
It's episode 2 of a new season 4. 4 is such a good number. I just have to say
Are you still on that?
I'm always going to be on that.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry you're upset that
That's crazy.
you're not a 4.
I'm a Trey.
But 4s are still very important for you too. So it's always going to be good.
That's crazy.
Just saying. Shout out to all my 4s out there. Y'all know.
How was your weekend, man? How's your week? And your weekend? And everything. Yeah.
I mean, my week was actually pretty hectic. A little busy just with like voiceovers. I booked like 3. Did I say that last week? I booked multiple voiceovers. I don't remember. Yeah, I have 2. I have one I have to do. One I did last week. I have one on Monday, one on Tuesday. So, look at me being booked and busy.
Get it.
People like to hear my voice. I guess my voice is like, it's angelic. But yeah, and then like, with my regular work, it was just kind of
How's
busy.
that going?
Good.
You're bringing a lot of clients.
I got to make some money. Yo, this is really random. I know we're probably going to talk about finances again one day. But going from a salary to not having salary and then having your taxes done, I was like, hey, how much was my income for this year? I'm a broke bitch, okay?
Yeah?
I am a broke bitch.
So this is what I have to look forward to?
I don't know how I afford the lifestyle I live, okay? No, I mean, like, it's just interesting, like, because we talked about the whole, like, unemployment thing, like, focusing or whatever, but it's like you can't count unemployment as, like, earned wages when you want to, like...
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, so they was asking me if I wanted to refinance my mortgage because the rates are down.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but is my income important? Because the way my income's set up right now. And yeah.
What'd they say?
No, she was like, yeah, well, how much you making? That's why I looked and I was like, ooh. I was like, how did I afford this life?
Let me get back to you on that one. Oh, no, let me get back to you.
But it's all right. I'm surviving. It's all good. It's working. It's working. And your week, sir?
It was chill. It was pretty calm. Yeah. Did some editing work and not too crazy.
Are you still enjoying the semi-half unemployed but not employed but not fully employed life?
Yeah. I mean, I had this vaccine situation, but I got the next vaccine on the 8th.
Oh, okay.
So I can start getting more gigs again. Someone called me to do some staffing for some project, so I'm waiting to see what project that is.
Well, they say like after the second shot, you might get a little sick.
Yeah, I know. Like, maybe we getting sick.
So you gotta take like a day or 2. I got some minerals for you if you need some minerals.
Let me know. I got it.
Keep your body and immune system.
Yeah. Oh, last week I put up the a poll, right, for the last episode was anti-vax versus vaccinated, and 73% was vaccinated, and 20-some% is anti-vax.
But I mean, it's not like I feel like people don't have to necessarily be anti-vaccines to like not like I'm
not anti-vax though. I didn't care for the vaccination shit.
But right, so I feel like there's so many levels to that. Like I don't have to. The choice that each person makes doesn't mean that you're so like anti every but it gets very like hard-lined with what the definition is.
Anti-everything, anti-establishment,
right?
Anti-Medicaid.
I just
anti-vaccinated.
I just don't like the rules the government be
anti-black people.
Wow.
Anti-white people. Anti-people. Anti.
Are we changing the show to keeping it anti? Is that what you want to do?
So, but yeah, man, before we get started, now I'm going to do this now.
Okay.
I feel like at the end of the show, I'm using too sores to do it.
Oh.
All right? So definitely subscribe, follow, hit the bell, because they be saying that. Hit the bell. Yeah, put the bing thing up. Ding.
Ding.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, follow Keeping It Frank 100 on IG and Third Eye Media Network on YouTube. And to Trigger Trey, what's today's episode about?
Well, things have been always going on in the news or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out this man, R. Kelly, has now been convicted. So I guess this is the end of an era. But I mean, I just feel like even with his story and everything that's gone along with that, it like touches on so many different underlying topics, which is very interesting. Because it's like, I mean, we can start with talking about like just R. Kelly himself, but I feel like just everything that's been going on with sexual harassment, mental illness as well, under that, like men, it's just, Yeah. But we can start with that, man.
R. Kelly was found guilty of all charges. Racketeering, that's some shit to get from the mafias. Mafia niggas be getting racketeering charges. I don't know how you got racketeering. I mean, that's crazy. And sex trafficking. This nigga is trafficking. He's sex trafficking and shit.
Yeah, all like the different ones. Did you watch like the documentary or what was it on Netflix?
I watched a lot of different shit.
The Surviving R. Kelly thing?
I saw some of those. I didn't see all of it though.
I mean, the stories were crazy.
Some stuff you know, some stuff you didn't know.
Right. I mean, but it's like, it's also... Because, I mean, like, a lot of people will be like, well, it was the parents' fault. It's like, like, how you going to let your young girls be left with this grown-ass man and, like, all that stuff.
I think everybody got to take blame on that shit, too.
I think so, too.
I think everybody got to take blame on that shit.
I think so. Because I feel like if it was my mother and I was a certain age, my mother would be like, who you think? Where you think you going? Like, she wouldn't care about no, like, fame or fortune besides, like, my well-being. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think one of the people that testified against him, they said they saw him perform a sexual act on Aaliyah when she was like 13, 14.
Wow.
He was out here just yummy. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was crunching, munching and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you just say he was yummy?
Yummy.
I'm going to have to take note of that. Like, what? I have never heard yummy. All right.
I made it up.
All right. I'm going to try to add that to my normal vocabulary.
She said she walked in and he was down there doing his deed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because apparently age was nothing but a number.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Love ain't nothing but a thing.
Isn't it crazy how a lot of his shit makes sense now?
How do you feel about like listening to his music though?
Oh man,
I feel like we've been
having this conversation, especially like this week. We've been having like a lot of my friends been having this conversation, and I'm like, only one song I can't give up because it was my elementary school graduation song.
Oh, I was about to say something else.
I believe I can fly.
Oh, gosh. That was everybody's favorite song.
Shit.
But I mean, like, I feel like at one point we did talk about, I think maybe like last week, about separating like the art from the person.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of like artists, musicians, whatever, that like don't have the best track record. But it's crazy. Like, do you then not respect their art? Because, like, unfortunately, our most artistic people are usually the ones that are most fucked up. Yeah. Sometimes, unfortunately. And it's like, because, now people don't want to play his music or anything. And it's like, I get it.
Listen, I ain't stopping. If it's a good song, I'm still playing it. I'm still playing that shit.
Like, I mean, because of what? They don't want the people to, like, get paid off of it, right? Or anything like that. But, I don't know. I guess I still feel, like, in between about that. Like, as an artist, like, your art so like represents something. I mean, do I go and like look up his album? No. But if I heard his song come on, I'm not going to be like, why are you playing R. Kelly? Like, I don't know. I just feel like...
So you wouldn't get an urge to be like, oh man, I feel like hearing...
12 play or something like that.
Some shit like that. And then like, let me go...
No, but like if it came on in like a 90s playlist or whatever, like I wouldn't be upset. Like,
you be singing along? You be jamming?
Yeah, for me, I would. Like, because for me, I feel like I can separate the two. Like, listening to a song, not sitting here funding his scandal, but like listening to a song versus being like, do I condone what you're doing? To me, are slightly different. Yeah. Like, but I understand how people are putting the two together, but it's like you can't deny.
I don't put the two together. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't deny what these people have done over the years for music, for TV, like everything with Bill Cosby. Everybody wanted to like strip him of everything. But it's like you can't deny what the Cosby Show did for. Bill, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I don't think Bill did nothing wrong.
Wow.
He did nothing wrong. I'm looking. Bill Cosby, the Bruhs, did nothing wrong.
Okay.
I back Bill Cosby. Now, R. Kelly now is blatant. R. Kelly's blatant. You know what I'm saying?
And he was, I guess, young girls.
I think I seen something. Someone said how Bill Cosby was defending R. Kelly. I was like, listen, Bill, I need to chill, sit back. Don't get yourself involved in this kind of...
They said it wasn't him. It was like his lawyer or something like that.
Don't get yourself involved in this kind of shit, dog. Like, your case is a little iffy. His case is just too blatant to kind of like put yourself in that kind of shoes, man.
I guess because of the age situation, it was like, for R. Kelly, it was mainly more young girls, right? Versus...
And he has mad movies. R. Kelly, you see they found a bunch of
all the film,
VHSs and shit. He didn't even try to digitize that shit.
Well, I mean, that's how people end up being caught and stuff nowadays. Did you see though that like the girl that was his girlfriend that tried to like test like vouch for him, then now that he got convicted, came on and was like, oh, he like, you know, made me lie. I mean, I felt like that probably was coming.
She's definitely capping this shit on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
What, that he made her lie?
She's bullshitting.
You think so?
I think some people was in it for, I don't know, clout. Or money or whatever. He don't got no money really. But
he got money hiding. Believe he got money hiding somewhere.
But I think some people just in it for the clout and shit too. I mean, I believe like some people was in it for the real shit. But that's the whole thing about like this new age that we're in, this Me Too movement. Some people just in it to, you know what I mean, for the clout, clout chasing.
I mean, I think with her situation, when I say like there's a lot of levels to like even under the R. Kelly stuff, it's like I think mental illness kind of comes into play with that, like being brainwashed or being like conditioned to believe a certain thing. Like sometimes you think you're strong enough that like this would never happen to me, right? But you never like understand someone's mental state in that time, right? But then even... like you said, like the people that just kind of like come forward, it's like all of a sudden out of nowhere. Yeah, it's like sometimes I do wonder how, like, I don't ever try to like, you know, downgrade or negate anyone's story or anyone's feelings. But like sometimes the way social media and the way like the news and how people come out, it just does seem a little like, yeah.
Yeah. It's problematic. Saying, I think a lot of people was out here just, I mean, so especially when it was like years on, like R. Kelly, his shit been in the news for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said like Bill Cosby shit is iffy. You know what I'm saying? Because of the time frame you're talking about, the time period you're talking about, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about him giving pills, like, you know what I'm saying? And he actually admitted to getting pills for chicks. So that tell you that he don't see nothing wrong because that the time period that they lived in,
that's what everybody was doing.
Everybody was doing it, and a lot of females didn't go buying their own pills. They had guys buy the shits for them. So you know his shit's iffy. That's why I'm like, I can Bill, just shut up. You're out now, relax. You know what I'm saying? You're almost gone. It's almost over for you. Just enjoy the rest of your years. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, he's going under the jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a conversation with somebody though about like the Bill Cosby situation over the summer. Just about like you said, like back then everybody was doing all these drugs. If you were in the party scene, drugs were just
flowing
there.
Yeah.
Like, and then if you're at someone's house and they offer you drugs and whatever, like, so I understood their view as to like why they weren't like against Bill Cosby with like how once they started talking about the more details about it and like, you know, I also feel like, and this ties into like, as a woman, right? Like there's a lot of things that, you know, people try to say like women shouldn't dress a certain way because then men will, you know, do whatever. And I feel like we could be in a fucking potato sack and it won't really make a difference.
Oh yeah. We still gonna get hard.
Right. But but I also wonder, and I guess in my mindset and maybe in some ways I'm not gonna fully understand, whereas like if I go to a dude's house, right? And like I'm there and like I feel like I know potentially either what I am and I'm not gonna do. So like, and I'm always been the type of person like I can get myself home. Yeah. Like unless you drug me and I don't know. But it's like if I'm very cognizant or whatever, like I understand there's a lot of coercion that goes on. Yeah. And like you can definitely get talked into doing things in a sense. Gonna happen. But I also feel like if I know I'm not trying to fuck nobody, I don't even go to their house. Yeah. Like unless I'm a little interested.
You know, once you step in a dude's house, he's going to try. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try. You feel me? You step in my crib.
Wow. Wow. Don't be out here potentially drugging bitches now.
I ain't saying drugging, but I'm I'm gonna try. Put a little sign, put a little bug in her ear, not in her drink. Just speak to her a little bit.
Bug in the ear,
yeah,
not the
not
drink.
the drink. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the drink is a problem. I'm saying
But there's just so many like sexual harassment things that I feel like that have been out there now. Like everyone's being like, not convicted, but
some of it is just. I feel like some of it they're just chasing because of the time, right? Like they try to get Russell Simmons. It's like I'm saying.
Do you think some of it is like a conspiracy?
I do.
Because some people think that everything that happened with Cuomo was like a conspiracy. Like they were just trying to get him out.
I don't think Cuomo did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think he did anything wrong.
Okay.
He spilled a little game. Did he rape somebody? Or was he just talking to people a certain type of way?
Was he a little flirtation?
You know what I'm saying? And if they had an issue with it then, they should have said something. They wait till however long, but like, well, he was talking to me like whoop-de-whoop. Like, nah.
But I guess some people, if you fear for your job or you fear for like your income, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if that's what holds women back from saying stuff. I don't know.
Listen, we went through... I was working for the city. We was going through, the training, sexual harassment training, or whatever the case is. And you'd be surprised at work, a lot of females are the ones that's pushing that angle.
Like females are the one that's sexually harassing
that's
men.
Pushing that, yeah. Like not really sitting, like we don't look at it like that, right? But they're gonna come touch you a certain kind of, hey, what's going on? I told you a certain kind of way, and right, like a lot of females is doing that. You know what I'm saying?
So you think that
how does one girl come over cooking for a nigga and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
like she's like bringing a nigga food,
offering you meals.
She had her in the bed.
That's sexual harassment. Offering you meals.
She was coming to the crib.
Well, excuse me. Nobody's cooking me meals at work.
Yeah, because that's sexual harassment, and they can't do that.
But so you know,
that's a difference. If a woman do that for a man,
it's okay.
But if a man come over, hey girl, let me bring a little meal too, and then out here trying to slide up and something, you be like, oh my god, he sexually harassed me.
So it's a lot. It's what's it called? Wow, my mind just went blank. Like not a double-edged sword. What? Double standard. Yeah, that's what I couldn't think of. Like, is there? I guess it's very much of a double standard. You know what I mean? When I honestly think about it, like when I having this conversation, I think back to like my time in like the different workplaces that I've been in. Yeah. I've definitely dealt with sexual harassment for sure. Because like I've had coworkers that have definitely offered sex to me. Okay. Like, this can be convenient dick for you. And I was like, I don't need convenient dick. Thank you very much. That just mean you're pretty out here in the streets. I mean, you know what I mean? That just mean you look good. Okay, understood. but it's like, when you turn them down, did they continue to advance and did they say, all right, cool? One person in particular, yes. Like every so often, it was always like, when you let me take you out, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it's weird because for men, it's like, yeah, if you're persistent, right? In a good way, eventually a woman might be like, all right, well, let me let him take me out and see what happens, right? Yeah. Right? But there's also that line of persistence then being like creepy or too much, right? Like, and then, but for
can you explain that line? Like, can you give examples of what that look like?
Examples of what it looks like? Well, in the situation...
What too much looks like?
So, I mean, in the situation where, like, I had a coworker who I was cool with, and, I'd be real chill with people, like, we joke, whatever. But it was, like, at a certain point, he legit was like, yo, like, we can make this a thing. Like, if you, like, I promise you, like, if you let me just, like, give you head, I'm gonna be top 2. I was like, nigga, I don't care. like, that doesn't entice me. Like, you know what I mean? And then, like, but if I really wanted to be, like, that's sexual harassment in the workplace. Like, even though we were cool, why are you talking to me like we could like have like this can be convenient dick, right? Versus it being like, okay, if you're really trying to date me and maybe I'm not giving you the real time of day, and so maybe you're like doing like cute stuff, like real like subtle, like, I want you to get to know me because I'm really interested in you. Like maybe that's like a good persistence versus like, I'm trying to give you this dick though.
I mean, he just come out and just say, I'm trying to get at you.
Eventually, yes, he did. He was saying,
but at first, he's trying to take you out and shit.
I mean, yeah, and like we've gone drinks after work, all that type of shit. But then it would be like, the extra touching and stuff. And it would be like, you guys went out. You go out with your coworkers after work for drinks. We would go to happy hour. We would do like all this stuff. Yeah. Okay. And
it's just you and him?
No, I mean there was one time, but like other than that, it would be like a group.
Okay, so majority of times a group, but at one time it was you and him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right, I think I'm wearing her down.
And no, it never happened. Never happened at all. But I'm like, that's a line, like, you know, and I don't know, like, I mean, could I have reported it? Yes. I even had a boss that I feel like he said some things that probably really should not have been said. And could I have reported it? Very much so.
So in the idea of like basically like the time we live in, how do we go to that? How do we get that far where it's like, okay, you feel the way you feel, but you're not, like you say you could report it, but you didn't report it, right? So if you feel like what's the level you have to get to say, okay, I'm going to report this situation?
Maybe if it was like really to like a very scary point, I guess.
Because I think like I be looking at this shit like all these cases, people coming out years after the situation and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point in time did you feel comfortable? Did you wait till someone else, you know, came out and say something before you say something? Now you just look sketchy and shit as fuck because you waited this long. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, you know, it's like when somebody get raped. It's like, I understand you might be scared, whatever. At what point in time do you be like, this motherfucker raped me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, let me get this nigga in trouble.
Yeah, I think when it gets to like a scary point, for me at least, like I feel like I don't get bothered by little things like that, like where I feel like so affected. But then, you know what, now that I think about it, like let's say if with like a boss or whatever, and let's say other people came out and were like, they did this, that, and the third to me. I wonder if, because now that I know and I think back of the things that he said, I wonder if then I would be like, yeah, me too. Like, you know, but I wonder if maybe that's the thought process. Like, it might not bother you in that moment, but once you realize it's happened to a bunch of other people, then you're like, yeah, he did kind of say some shady shit that he shouldn't have been saying. Like, I had a boss ask me my bra size. Like,
I mean, what if we just try to make some gift bags for all the females in the office?
Wow, gift bags? And you're asking about bra size?
You know what I'm saying? Trying to get everybody a little Victoria's Secret.
But it was like at first it was very casual, but then it was like, oh, like I forgot how we ended up talking about it. And like we were talking about like maybe like bathing suits or traveling or something like that. And then I was like, yeah, but you know, like sometimes it's just hard to like buy things or whatever. And he was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, what's your bra size? And I was just like, and like at first I was just like, like they're like my boobs, like I don't care about stuff like that. Like I'm a very open person.
I could say I see the setup though. If y'all talking about vacation, y'all talking about bikinis, or it's hard for you to buy certain things, right? And
but as a boss, why would you like? This is not two women having a conversation. Like, girl, it's so hard for me to buy bras. Blah blah blah.
You got certain dudes that feel that's like not gay, that feel comfortable with certain females, and they talk certain things with certain females. Certain females feel comfortable talking to certain dudes that they know is not gay, and they'll say certain things to that dude too.
Yeah,
so
but you're saying like when you feel comfortable having conversations with people, like this is still like a boss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not, I've never been to his house. We've never kicked it and chilled and like whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, whereas like certain coworkers, I've been to their house. So we might have a different relationship where it's like, we can talk shit to each other. But it's like, as a boss, should you have asked what my bra size is? Should you have brought up that like, I got a boo? Like he brought that up like at a meeting one time, like, cause I have a boo. Is that is that affecting some like my work performance? And I was like,
I mean,
what?
Since I'm saying, like, I think depends on who you like, how it's being dealt, right? Some people is in those positions that is hella cool with their coworkers, and they feel like because they're cool or because their personality is a certain type of way, they can speak a certain way. That's probably that's probably how Cuomo is. Cuomo is like, he's probably like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were just talking regular. Like, I know whatever her name is, and right, then she may say certain words to me, and I may say, and I've seen females do this, and I've seen, you know, guys react. Guys are gonna react how guys react regardless, right? So it's like, it's not automatically something malice. It's not always automatically something that's supposed to be like, oh well, I think he's a predator. You know what I'm saying?
So like, and initially I didn't think that. I didn't. Like, I wasn't exactly 100% bothered by it.
But I also think there's a lot of females that's like that. That's thinking, like, did the shot that thought came to your head? Mm-hmm. Like, did your boss try to approach you? Did he try to touch you?
We've definitely had dinner one-on-one before because he offered to, he was like, yeah, I owe you lunch. And we went to, like, some place.
How was the dinner?
I mean, it was nice.
You guys talk inappropriately?
No, I feel like there was a conversation that could have been a little borderline, but it didn't like, I can't fully remember the conversation.
So like, well, what I'm saying is that you have certain dudes that's like that. They're not looking at it like, oh, well, whatever. There's like you have certain bosses that like to keep a distance. They're going to be the hard ass on the,
and then some try to be real chill.
Exactly.
So I definitely understand that. I definitely agree, which is why like it never struck me as right. But then I can also see where some women might feel that way, especially depending on how persistent in those conversations somebody might have been, right?
I ain't hiring no woman because I don't want to get caught up in so I'm hiring.
But I also feel like it's the mindset of the women as well. I feel like it's twofold. I feel like men sometimes feel very entitled to women and their bodies, unfortunately, right? And then I also feel like it's the mindset of the women as well. If someone is very like timid or weak-minded, they might not feel like they can say something or any little thing. Especially now, I feel like a lot of people are. I don't want to say a lot of people aren't built the same like they used to, but a lot of people are very sensitive now. Very sensitive now.
Oh yeah, no, the whole society is sensitive now.
Right.
You can't say nothing. As a black man, I gotta shut up because I can't say nothing about any different group. So, because everybody's overly sensitive.
I think it's okay for people to have their opinion and disagree. I think it becomes an issue when like people are like, well, you're disrespectful, right? But I think like in the sense of maintaining like the sexual harassment, men-women kind of conversation, it's like, as a woman, if you were strong-minded, if you were independent and somebody like flirting with you doesn't like give you a panic attack in a sense, like then that conversation is going to be completely different. Whereas like someone can't stand up for themselves. Yeah. Like another story that came to mind, I was in India studying abroad, right? And like sometimes like foreign men can be very aggressive, right? To me, I'm from New York. That shit don't scare me. I'm gonna just be like, no, back the fuck up, right? And there was a girl that was on the trip with me. Mind you, she's like 6 foot. And she was white. I was the only black girl on the trip. But she's like tall, right? Yeah. And I guess like there was like a shorter Indian man that like looked at her kind of way and like whatever. And she like broke out in tears and was like stressed. And in my head, I was like, tell the nigga to move. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and me and him would have been the same height. And I would have been like, excuse me, yes, can I help you? Like, but she was like distraught by the fact that like, and he didn't, from my recollection, he didn't touch her in any way.
From women, hold their place, okay?
But it's like, from my remembering, he didn't touch her. He just kind of like.
Thank you, my friend.
Wow. You know what? I'm leaving. Like, he just kind of like invaded her space and then like looked at her. And she like, felt a type of way. And so I was like, but to me, I'm just like, I don't know, but we clearly have different mindsets. Yeah. Even though to me, I'm like, you could have beat him up. You're 6 foot. He's like 5 feet. But in her mind, it was this man, did something. So it's like, that's where I feel like your mental like capabilities kind of like comes into play with a lot of these situations. But men do feel entitled to women's bodies in so many ways.
I don't know if we feel entitled.
Yes.
I don't think we feel entitled. I feel like we appreciate women's bodies. It's two different things.
Men will touch women's bodies without asking. Not even to the point of like, okay, I grabbed your vagina.
I don't ever think that's like, I don't think so. I don't think that's like, I feel like that's a very small group of people you're talking about that's going to I think so.
Everywhere I go,
I think so. How? But how? How you're touched?
I'm either grabbed, I'm low-key felt up. Not like, okay, everybody doesn't grab my ass, but I'm touched in a way that I did not ask to be touched. It's one thing if you're like, excuse me, can I get past you? Right? I do this to people. Excuse me, can I get past you? It's another thing. Or that, excuse me, come here.
Well, that's a little different. I'm going to spill my drink too.
Sorry, my bad, because I realized I was wrong here.
You're kind of strong.
I work out a little bit. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and not saying women don't do it. But I'm saying especially in the time now where like laws are being placed on women's bodies from men, I just feel like that goes around in the sense of like men feeling like they are entitled to a woman's body and what they can do with it.
I just think we're overly sensitive and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think these laws on women's bodies are...
It's bullshit.
What's bullshit?
Everything.
The law itself?
Everything. All these, like, I just feel like when it comes down to this whole, like, Me Too shit, there's some of this shit, like, I mean, they're chasing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit is deserved. R. Kelly definitely deserved, right? And some dudes that, you know, like rape chicks and that's deserved. You know what I'm saying? But you're telling a dude like, okay, well, you can't speak to somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a crime on just talking. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it just, to me, that's kind of like, it's kind of just like, how do you want people to interact with each other? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's got to find each other online, I guess.
No, I mean, I do agree with that. I just do also feel that in the sense of like sexual harassment, not saying that men don't have their own issues, right? But as a woman speaking on our side, like I feel like women, guys don't realize sometimes how they come across to women. You know what I mean? Like how, like I said, like I don't think a guy realizes I don't know you when you grab me up, why are you touching me like that? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't feel like I just don't feel like people maybe are aware as to like, you can talk to someone and try to get to know someone and, you know, respectfully, but there's a lot of men out there that just think they're entitled to grab you when you're supposed to speak to them. Or like, I do honestly feel that way. I really do. Because I've seen it. I've witnessed it every fucking Friday at Bleachers. Yeah. I deal with some man that just think he is entitled to grab me up.
Bleachers give us a sponsorship? You just put them in a negative light just now. That's crazy.
I mean, Bleachers is cool though. I'm just saying the people sometimes that show up at Bleachers, and I be working my little side job.
Yeah, you're like just digging a deeper hole now. That's like, let's not go to Bleachers, people, because
no, Bleachers be a good turn up.
Niggas out here grabbing asses and
no, but it's like I just like even as you go out, I just feel like it's interesting. So like when women come forward and say like certain things, like I understand, but I also just feel like my mindset, I'm willing to shut someone down right then and there. I mean, it's like I realize some other people aren't.
But that's what you have to, if you can do that, or just say excuse. I'm just saying, I ain't just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like. But I just feel, you know, it's not like the average individual is getting, like, chicks coming forward like, oh, this nigga, it's all celebrities. So,
that's happened too. Because remember there was that guy, he was Greek. Maybe he wasn't Greek. Yeah. But he, like, hosts parties or some shit. And mad people, like, came out saying, like, he was low-key mad rapey and all this stuff. I forgot his name. But, like, he's not, like, a celebrity. He's mixy.
He's mixy. He threw a lot of parties?
I forgot what party.
So he's in that.
He's mixy. He's definitely in that realm. Yeah. And like something happened, and when one person said he said or did something, then all of a sudden other girls kept coming out with like, yeah, he did this, he did this, he did this. So I mean, I guess it comes down to a community as well. If you know you're not alone in your shit, then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he did X, Y, Z to me too.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, everybody get their pitchforks and they fucking they fire and trying to burn the shit down and shit. Like. Listen,
people like company.
I'm like, did I do anything to anybody?
You probably have in your life.
When I make my millions and shit like that,
probably have.
And come at me.
I would not be surprised if you haven't probably yoked someone up just like how I yoked you up just now.
Nah, I'm not that. I don't really do it like that. I'm more smooth with mine and shit.
Are you?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is that good? I peeked on. Anyway, whatever. That's well.
What? All right. Yeah. Well.
Nah, but then she called me back to the beat. So anyway,
What? Anyway.
What's that? Okay, I'm really trying to think about.
I don't know what you're trying to think.
Anybody like that.
I'm sure you probably have. I'm sure you probably coerced someone into something.
Of course, yeah. Like we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation, and I'm gonna try to, there's plenty of that's regular though. That's right.
I get sometimes I feel like being coerced.
You gotta spit your game though. You gotta spit your game.
Sometimes the coercion be too much.
If she takes it, she don't take it. That's what I'm saying. But at least we gonna.
I feel like for the women out there, if y'all sit and really think about it, we all throughout our lives have been coerced into a lot of shit that we probably would not have wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it's like so.
But
that's not okay.
But is that my fault though?
Yeah, it's because y'all be doing the coercion.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to coerce people. If somebody's like, no, thank you. And I'm not saying there's not people that tease, right? There's people that tease and they'll be like, no, I don't really want to suck your dick or whatever. And then you kind of be like, come on, girl. Hey, come on, you know you suck his dick. Whatever. But I'm saying like, there's people that be like, no, they trying to just have a respectful time watching TV with you. And y'all be coercing bitches into like,
First of all, but you're not forcing them. You know what I'm saying?
But is that not a level of force?
No,
in a way?
It's not.
I think so.
You watching TV, right? Like this, you watching TV, you laid back, watching TV, chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Has anyone ever put their vagina in your face and like, eat this? And you're like, no, please. And they're like, no, you know you want to eat this, eat this. Has that ever happened?
One girl's not funny.
But like when you didn't want to do it initially, and then they was like, come on, here's my dick though. You know how many times I've been shown a dick and I didn't ask to be shown a dick?
I mean, yeah, but y'all, that's just how it is to be a female. Y'all been seeing dick since y'all was like 13 or some shit like that.
No, that's y'all that have been fucking since y'all were like 12, okay? And that's very unfortunate.
Y'all been seeing dicks for a long time.
No. There's a lot of men. Every man, and unfortunately every black man that I have asked when they lost their virginity, they've been like 12 or 13 to some older woman. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That is still rape. And y'all don't see it that way.
It's called experience.
No, y'all don't understand that person's still like someone that's old. Were they older?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So a lot of men's mindset on sex is from that first time where now you have no emotional connection to it for the most part. Whereas like for women, we like the person. So when we lost our virginity for the most part, right, we have more of an emotional connection to it. Like y'all don't. And y'all just think it's like, we just fucking like fuck because y'all didn't get to make the choice yourselves for real. Y'all don't think about that.
I made a choice.
We need to have a whole conversation about that. I need some other black men here because I think that's very unfortunate.
What?
That at 12, 13, that men have basically had their virginity taken from them and they don't realize how it's affected them over the years with their view of sex and how they deal with bodies.
An interesting take. Don't know if I agree 100%.
Because y'all don't see it. Y'all think that it's like, big man, you did it.
That's what I'm just saying. Like, it's just the way we look at, the way men and women look at things is just different. You know
but if you got to make the real choice later on, and if you want to make the choice later on and was able to like really choose when you wanted to lose your virginity, it probably would have been a little bit later. Possibly. I'm saying men in general. It might have been a little bit later. It might have been with somebody you really actually cared about and that y'all both had an experience together. So now your thought of sex is different.
I just wanted to bust that nut.
You know what? You know what? You didn't even know what a nut was. You didn't even know what it was.
I was like, oh, what's that?
Exactly. You didn't know what it was. Somebody just said,
what was that?
Was it a babysitter for you?
Nah, it wasn't a babysitter.
Okay. A lot of people has been like a babysitter.
Nah, that's rape.
A lot of people though, it's been like a babysitter or like, so I'm telling you, it's really unfortunate. But going back to, I've been shown dicks I didn't ask to be shown. And like, that is sexual harassment on a regular basis. And y'all don't realize that that's what we have to deal with.
I mean, it does.
I didn't ask to see dick. I didn't ask to see it.
I mean, what was the situation though?
I can give you a few different variations of situations that I didn't ask to see.
Alone, chilling, whatever.
There was one time I was younger, talking to this dude. Not really even talking to him. Like I met up with him. My cousin was talking to his friend, so we were like chilling and talking. But I was young, right? Kind of like I said, I was a year older, but I was still young. Okay. And he was just like, "Oh, what's up?" And I was like, "No, nothing." Like my cousin talking to you, dude. So like we cool, we interacting. And he was like, "You want to see it?" No.
How old were you? How would you say?
I probably was like 13, 14 maybe. And like, he just pulled his dick out. And I was just like, I'm not going to do nothing to your dick. How old was the dude? He was older than me. He probably had to be like 18, maybe. Like 17, 18, whatever.
And he was like 13, 14?
Yeah. And like, because I'm trying to remember like when my cousin was talking to him, I think I was in like a freshman in high school or like I was still young. And like he pulled his dick out and I was like, I'm not doing anything to your dick. I didn't ask you to pull it out. I'm not even here flirting like on you for you to be like, here's my dick. I've had people send me shit I didn't ask for. I wake up and I have a dick pic. I didn't ask for this. I've had people be like, you want to suck this dick, put their dick in my face. And I've been like...
Was you already in the sexual act?
No. I didn't
You just pull the dick out
just pull the dick out.
And put it in your face?
Hey, here it is. I've had someone put a dick on my back because I was sitting up. Uh-huh. They were behind me and I was watching TV and they was rubbing their dick on my back. And I turned around and I was like... But y'all
was alone.
We were alone. That situation was a guy I kind of liked, but still I was young and I didn't have sex yet, so it wasn't like I'm trying to have sex with you. And I'm sitting up and he's laying behind me and next thing I feel something rubbing on me and I'm like, is that your hand? It's your dick.
This is my thing. What's the conversation?
There was no conversation.
Leading up to everything.
No, there was none of that. There was none, ooh, I want to do. No, there was none of that. Because I don't try to be a tease. I know when I could be a tease and I know when I'm not. So it's like...
But then you have a lot of females that's like that too.
There's a lot of females that tease, they want to get you hard and they want to leave. I get that. I understand that concept.
Yeah. You ain't going nowhere.
But there's a lot of women that don't do that. And men still are like... Here, what do you want to do with this? Thinking that you showed it to me, I'm going to be like...
Yeah. You have an option. You have a choice.
Yeah, but why should I have to deal with that? Why should I have to be like, no, I didn't ask to turn around and feel a dick on my back?
Yeah.
This like shit like that, like when I'm really thinking about this shit, like... Yeah.
Now you're being triggered and shit. It's a triggering conversation. Traumatic. That's crazy.
Luckily, I'm as strong-minded as I am. Luckily, I guess. Because if I wasn't,
This nigga that showed me his dick. He start crying and shit.
I just be telling people about themselves. I'd be like, yo, I didn't ask for that. I didn't even put you in that mood. I maybe looking at me put you in that mood, but I wasn't even trying to fill up on you. So to all the women out there, I see you. Okay? Don't let niggas put their dick on your back. All right?
And for all the women out there, I see you too. Sometimes, just, a dick get put on your back.
On that note, like, comment, share, subscribe, because I'm done with this man. And whatever.
Nah, but for real, this R. Kelly situation, he's going down.
That's fine.
He's going under the jail.
I guess there won't be no.
I'm still gonna listen to R. Kelly's. I'm still gonna listen to R. Kelly music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ever smashed the R. Kelly music?
It's been a very, very.
Would it be like
time.
weird to be having sex and R. Kelly come on now?
There's a lot of other options for sex music now. So I don't think saying, you have to
what if you have a playlist, right? You just like
you don't have to go all the way back to R. Kelly.
And you're into acting shit, right? And then R. Kelly just pops up.
I mean, I wouldn't stop. I would keep going.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Even to this day, anytime I say my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Well, my body is telling me I'm leaving.
I don't hurt nobody.
Anyway.
Need to know.
So, hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Yeah.
So let us know what y'all think about this R. Kelly situation.
And what I was talking about.
And whatever she was talking about, you know what I'm saying, is nonsense, right? But...
You know what? I am not respected on this show. And let us know
how much years you think R. Kelly should get. Should he go for life? Should he get 10? Should he get 5? Should he get time served? Let us know what y'all think about, R. Kelly in this situation and whatever she was talking about in this whole episode.
I'm going to have other black men on here and purposely have that conversation. We're going to figure that out.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, yeah, man. So definitely like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I said all that shit in the beginning already, so I'm going to say it again. Because I knew how I was going to get, how I always get when I get. So, thanks for watching Keep It a Frank. Yeah.